Hey Curtis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, David. How about yourself, brother?
Doing well. What you getting into today?
Well, today I'm riding MicroStrategy and C3 AI.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So I don't know if you saw, but there was this tiny penny stock gold miner that said that they were entering into some type of financial arrangement where they were going to acquire 24,800 Bitcoin, and their stock went up 1,900% in one day.
1,900 points or 1,900% in one day.
Yeah, it's a some just a little gold mining company, a super junior gold mining company, people that actually dig into the dirt and things.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they announced that they were doing some type of financial arrangement, and they're doing so that they were going to acquire like 24,800 Bitcoin, and overnight they went up 1,900%.
Oh my God.
Um, so
So that kind of reflects on MicroStrategy's theories.
yeah, well, yeah, I think what it shows is that that's not going to be an isolated event. People
Right.
are going to be looking to taking their treasury or taking their ability to get, fiat debt or loans or whatever you want to call it, and turn it into Bitcoin, make announcements, and watch their stock go up. So what that shows you is that the supply and demand of Bitcoin, there's going to be more demand. And then, of course, we have the halving coming in just 3 weeks or so. Supply is going down. And that's why I think, every time Bitcoin lately has dropped below 70, it gets gobbled up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying it can't drop to 55 or 60, but 70 seems like the new floor and more demand is coming in. And then there was also people are getting approved now, people that have different funds
Hmm.
where they have the ability to allocate to whatever they want. They're getting approval to put some portion of it into the Bitcoin ETFs.
Hmm.
So that's why the ETFs are huge too, because institutional money managers are able to buy them, on the exchange and put them into their overall portfolio, whereas they couldn't really before. You'd have to buy cryptocurrency and figure out how to custody it, and that what brought up a lot of fear, and so people weren't doing that. So again, another huge bullish signal, and again, it's just the tip of the iceberg of it happening right now. So that is super bullish for MicroStrategy, who is ahead of everybody and already owns more than 1% of the Bitcoin supply. So I think you're in the right place there. Um,
Man, I'm looking at MicroStrategy pre-market and it's killing it.
what is
Absolutely.
it?
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it was over 1900. I mean, it's going to two.
Dude,
It'll
it's
hit,
up
it'll hit.
75. It's 1951 right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because let me see. Well, Bitcoin jumped. It was just close to 70. Now it's 71,230. It's headed up. I mean, this is one of the greatest supply versus demand assets in the world. And if you look at the returns of Bitcoin since inception every single year, it is the top asset. Like, what is it? 12 out of 15 years. Um, I will note that when it's not the top asset, it's the bottom. But that's what you get. I mean, if you want, it's risk versus reward. If there wasn't volatility, we wouldn't be getting paid like we are. Um, but yes, sir, I think we're going to see it. We're going to see Bitcoin keep going up. I think it's going to make an all-time high. What I remember at the other halvings, this is pretty my third halving to be a part of, is that there was a little bit of sell the news right at the halving, but we didn't have the ETFs in this kind of demand. So I think what you're going to see is that when the drawbacks happen, they're smaller and they get bought up quicker
Right.
before it takes off. But when it takes off this time, I mean, we're going six figures. And when you look at the total market cap of all of crypto, it's about 2.6 trillion. Bitcoin's about 1.3. Um, Gold is at 10. If we get halfway with gold, that's 5 trillion. That means all of crypto is going to double. And Bitcoin is going to at least double from here. So it's 150,000. I think pretty much by the end of 2024 or at the latest, like mid 2025. So being armed with that information is very powerful, right? Because you can stack Bitcoin, whatever. Every time that you put a dollar in, it's going to be worth two. But if you need help stacking, then you can trade these proxies like you and I are doing. We can trade MicroStrategy. Things are going up. The premiums are really high. A lot of people don't understand what's going on with it. So there's a strong bearish side to it. And so that allows us to profit.
Hold on a second. My cat has something to say about this. What does she have to say? What do you have to say about Bitcoin?
Yeah, this cat's always loud. Now you put her on camera and she's like that dancing frog, remember?
Yeah, right.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yeah. Hello, my man.
Yeah, put it on stage. Just ribbit.
You gotta have a cat hat. There we go. All right.
All right. So that's my take. It's like I keep on wanting to, be bullish about other things. I am bullish about AI and I'm bullish about robotics, and I do put money into those areas, in the form of Nvidia, AMD, Microsoft, Tesla. I know you're into C3 AI, Palantir's in there, all those. But I don't really know where they're going, and those have been extended, and there can be financial engineering with those stocks. They can issue more shares. They can lose a contract. They can get beat by competition, and you just don't have those risks with Bitcoin.
That's right. It just keeps getting stronger. The thesis every single day for Bitcoin, every single day just keeps increasing. And you've really brought it to my attention, and I really see how crypto in general, but really Bitcoin, he who owns Bitcoin is going to be the bank of the future. I mean, it's one thing if you have 100,000 or $1 million, but it's another thing if you have $3 billion. You have $3 billion, you're a bank if you want to be. I mean, you're obviously, people with that kind of money are continually lending, investing, using that flow. So to have that rapid digital flow of Bitcoin and using that as a financial anchor on the world economy, yeah, I am so happy to be on this wave right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what you're referring to is maybe Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy owning over 1%, and that doesn't even include his personal holdings, which my understanding, last time I heard, it was like 17,500 Bitcoin on his own. So, and he's changed what he characterizes the company as. It used to be a software development company, and now he's calling it a Bitcoin development company. So I think he's talking about getting into some ancillary businesses that he can profit on, because as you said, he's going to be like a reserve bank. He's going to be, this is going to be the reserve currency.
Yeah. Feeling it 100%.
So tell us, knowing that information, do you buy calls? Obviously, I'm selling puts. You have a higher risk reward profile than I do. Are you buying how far out in time, and how close to the money are you buying your calls, and why?
So right now, I usually like to try to buy a month out whenever possible, because to me, that's where I'm going to find the highest liquidity. And I usually like to try to buy, if I think it's going to go, like for example, when MicroStrategy was at 1,500, I was pretty darn sure it was going to 2,000. So I was buying, 1,700 calls when it was at 1,580. And they were good till April 19th. So, a month out. And then I'll and I mean, I day trade, swing trade. So, I'm constantly looking for profit and then moving it somewhere else, depending on how the thesis changes. Now that you've brought some of this information to the equation this morning about gold miner and how, I'm starting to see the writing on the wall and how that affects MicroStrategy and so on and so forth. Um, you know, it's definitely increasing the premiums on MicroStrategy. But I'm just guessing that the next shoe to drop is MicroStrategy is going to offer a split. If they did like a 20, if the thing went to 2,500 and they did a 20-to-1 split, I mean, that everybody and their grandmother would get in at $100, and buy 10 shares or 100 shares. And then I think that would quickly double their holding price, which of course doubles the value or increases the value of Bitcoin.
The interesting thing though, and I don't know, I kind of am guessing here, but then I'm kind of not. There's 17 million shares or so of MicroStrategy. That is similar to the total number of Bitcoin that's available or will be available if you consider the some that are going to be lost. And I think that Michael Saylor likes that there's some type of similarity there. So
Like a
so you
one for
can
one.
you can look at then MicroStrategy back at when like Bitcoin was 17 or $1,900 like it is today. And
Yes.
and so you can
Yes.
extrapolate it out. And like I said, I think that that's a guess, but he is very into the whole Bitcoin culture. I don't think it's lost on him the fact that his number of shares is so close to the total number of Bitcoin.
Yes. Good
But I
point.
agree with you that if there was a split, it would bring more people in because it's called a unit bias. People would rather have 100 shares of something than one.
Right.
Um,
We're about ready to we're almost into game time here.
okay, very
Uh
good.
so let's I guess any other final thoughts on the morning?
Um,
We got a
nope.
short week. Reminding everybody we do have a short week. Friday the market is closed. So that might affect option flow. We could end up with a short squeeze today. Today's Wednesday. That means we have one more day. So today is like a general Thursday. I wouldn't, and the way things are looking, it looks kind of squeezy to me.
Yep. I would just end with everybody should keep. This is not financial advice, but this is something that I say keep stacking sats and micro strats.
Amen to that.
I think we'll end it there. See y'all later.
All
Bye.
right.